Welcome to the channel, everyone. Today working on Dad's 2013 GMC 2500HD. Going to be doing a steering wheel upgrade on this thing. I got a Grant steering wheel. I'll show you what I got. Okay, so this is what I picked up. This should be kind of a nice upgrade for Dad's really old steering wheel, 180,000 miles. So this is their Grant Revolution. This is I guess what they call a stock upgrade. It is leather, smells really good, so it is real leather. It's got a few different spots in here, kind of they built it up there and a little more, I guess, ergonomic, I guess you would call that. But yeah, this is just the steering wheel you get. You got to transfer your airbag and all your switches. I'll show you that as I do it. The steering wheel actually looks pretty nice. There are a few threads and stuff hanging off of the stitching, but I imagine that'll probably wear off, or you could snip them. But overall, I think it's a pretty nice steering wheel. I will link this one, guys. This is, like I said, the black leather steering wheel. I think they have all kinds of different steering wheels, but I guess this one is considered the factory one. You get instructions here to do it. Some of them are pretty basic, and they only have like drawed pictures here, so I don't think it's too difficult, but I did struggle a little bit here, and I'll show you what you have to do to install the steering wheel. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you got to go under the hood and disconnect the negative cable of your battery, and then you're going to want to give this some time to discharge all the power so you don't activate your airbag. I've had mine unhooked for quite a while here. Then you're going to want to pop off your airbag, and you can see I already got mine popped off because this was a struggle for me. Nobody really shows how you're supposed to do this. They just say stick the little Allen wrench in the hole and push on the lever, but I'm going to show you exactly what you got to do. Okay guys, so I'm going to try to give you a really good shot of what's going on, what you need to do. This is the airbag, the back side of the airbag, and there's these pins. There's two of them, and they go right in here in these holes, and you can see these holes have like a spring-loaded catch right here. Now you take your Allen wrench, and there's holes on the back side of the steering wheel, and you need to stick them, if I can get it in the hole here. There it is right there. There's your hole. So you gotta go in there. It's not really straight, but you got to go in there and you got to engage. You got to engage that pin right there. So you got to get it. You got to get it in there, and you kind of got to pull your Allen up into it, and you got to push this spring here. See how that will release the pin? You got to do that on both sides. So I know I struggled pretty good with this because nobody would really show what you need to do. But I think the rest of the install will be a lot easier than this. I've got to get this unplugged here. You got to pull this little orange thing up because it's a lock. So you got to pull that up, and then you can unplug your airbag. Okay, so when you're dealing with this airbag, just be careful, guys, because they can go off. And my luck, I would have one go off on me. You always want to carry it away from yourself. Do not point it at yourself, and you always want to store it or set it down just like this, so it doesn't become a projectile if it does explode. Okay, so next I'm going to loosen this nut mostly. I'm not going to take it all the way out. Okay, so now I got a wrench and I'm loosening the bolt on here. Just going to loosen it mostly. Supposedly you rock this thing back and forth and then it'll release, and it has. I think there is a wire we need to unplug right here. Just going to use my pick here. I'm going to raise up the tab. Okay, so here's the plug right here that I just unplugged. There's a little tab on top that you got to pry up, and then you can pull this thing out. And this steering wheel, once they get this bolt completely, or this nut completely off, should come off the steering wheel, or come out of the truck. Now this thing technically should be ready to come out. Make sure you don't rip your airbag wire off. Feed that through the hole. And there we go. We got her off. I'm going to go to the bench and we'll take all the pieces off and transfer them, all the buttons and everything, transfer them over to the new steering wheel. Okay guys, so I got the steering wheel on the bench and I'm going to take off these 4 bolts right here. And I'm not going to make you watch me do this because I'm trying to make a video here where someone can watch this. They don't have to watch a 20-minute video just to get your steering wheel off. This is just going to be the quick and dirty of how to get one of these steering wheels apart and disassembled. Gonna unplug. There's a plug right here. Gonna unplug that because I think that's got to be so this piece just comes off. Okay, so then you gotta take 1, 2, 3, 4 little Torx bolts out of there. These switch panels, after you get these bolts out of there, just snap off your steering wheel there. You got to do both sides. Just kind of take your time, and they just pry right off here. You can unplug these. Okay, so you can unplug these. There's a plug right here. And you just push down on the tab. And then you also got to take the wire out of the little groove right here. And then you can get these out of your way. just easier to work with these out of your way. This one has a smaller plug in it, but it still has the little deal that holds the wires. Okay, so then you got 1, 2, 3, 4 more torque screws that got to come out, and that will release this bottom piece from the steering wheel and the wiring harness. Then your old steering wheel comes out, and you can drop the new one right down in there. Take the new steering wheel, we're going to drop it in just like the old one was. Make sure the wires are going in the same spots. Get everything lined up. Make sure you don't cross thread these plastic screw holes, guys. Really take your time here when you're going into these plastic pieces and get that bolt started nice and straight. Okay, so this would be a good time if you're having trouble with your buttons to replace them, because there's just 2 screws back here and they can come out and you can replace those. And then another thing, you could repaint or customize these pieces if that's what you want to do. This is kind of a work truck, so Dad don't really need anything painted up, so we're just going to leave everything the way it is. His buttons were working, so I'm just going to get these back installed. Okay, so I kind of run ahead on the assembly, but after you take it apart, you should be able to get this thing back together. Make sure you route all your wires, plug in all your switches, make sure you don't strip out any of your screw holes, make sure they're going in straight. Yeah, this is pretty easy, guys. Once you take it apart, it goes back pretty easily. This thing looks pretty sharp. I think Dad's gonna really enjoy this, so I'm gonna get her back in the truck, and then we gotta torque down the nut, and then we'll plug the airbag in and snap it back in. Also gotta plug this in too. Don't forget about this plug. Okay, I got my steering wheel back on. You cannot put this on wrong. There's a slot, so it only goes on one way. I didn't mention it when I took this off, but don't turn anything. Don't let anybody play with anything. Just pull your steering wheel off. Leave everything alone. Don't mess with it. Okay, so now I got to torque this to 30 foot-pounds is what they say. So I got that torqued. I'm gonna get my airbag plugged back in. Push the lock down. Remember to push that lock that you unlocked down. Then we're just gonna push this. Back into those locks, And check this out, guys. That's a nice steering wheel. I might have to get one for my truck. I didn't know it was going to be this nice, but it really looks nice. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. Obviously, you want to hook up your battery back up or nothing's going to work. It is a pretty darn good looking steering wheel. Feels good too. That leather feels real nice. One thing they don't tell you when you buy this is that Grant will buy your old steering wheel for like 40 bucks. They'll even pay for shipping. As long as the airbag hasn't been deployed and it's not bent or anything, they will buy it. So yeah, this is time well spent, guys. I really like this steering wheel. I think Dad's gonna like it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I guess I'll see you guys.